Does this scare y'all? Like when I first seen this, when I first seen the layout for what a video editing software was, that John just scared me completely. I'm a straight beginner. I'm clueless. I'm doing on my PC for friend building, whatever. Yo, I got you. There's some really common things that you can learn when it comes to video editing, and it's like it's the same across like Premiere. It's the same across CapCut. It's the same across even in TikTok's own like video editor. It's literally the same. And what I want to do is break it down in the most simplified way. So I'm gonna if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone because I'm gonna look at CapCut to essentially be able to compare it, but I gotta re-download CapCut because the space on my phone is yeah shot. Um, I'm re-downloading CapCut now, but I would like to ask y'all a question for the people who for the people in here who have done like editing on CapCut or any other software like that, right? Oh, I don't know because I have other apps. Maybe I'm not sure. I don't actually know what I just did here. Okay, so I'm in CapCut right now trying to look for something. Let me not use that. Jules gonna kill me if I use that. I use King. He won't care. Okay, so when it comes to using any when it comes to using any like video editing software, they all have at least I want to say they have at least two things, right? They have a track or they have a place to put your video and audio, and then they have a place where they show you what that video and audio looks like. So what that is here is this right here. Oh, you can't see my mouse. That sucks. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I get my cursor. Okay, so let me see how I can do this because I want to show y'all my cursor so you can see. Do you see this part where it says drop media here to create sequence? Let me know if y'all see this part where it says drop media here to create sequence. It's the bottom panel. It's lit up in blue highlighted. It's highlighted in blue right now. That is the equivalent to on CapCut where you would see something like this right here. That little timeline, that's the equivalent. So I'm just gonna add some I'm gonna add some like footage and stuff here so you can see what I'm talking about. So it can actually make more sense. I was like switching from like OBS to Streamlabs and it was like annoying. So essentially what this location is, the location that's lit up right now, where you see these two files, these are files. So this location is essentially like the place that holds your footage or like your audio or whatever it is that you're putting that you want to bring. So think of it like a folder. So that's essentially what that is. So all all editing softwares are made up of a timeline section and then a section that shows you what you're playing. Those are the basics. Those are the two basics. Your timeline and your playback. Yes, timeline, playback. Timeline, playback. Timeline right here. For this program, how I have it is my timeline is on my left. My playback is on my right. That's just to utilize more space. Now I'm gonna just show you it with a video because this might make more sense for you. Oh crap. Okay, let me change this real quick. I'm just adding in a sequence so this could look like more similar for y'all and what y'all be using or what you'll probably be using. Why am I upside down? Why am I so close? Back up, back it up, back it up, back it up. Okay. Does this look more familiar to y'all in terms of like what y'all be seeing? Yes, no. Yes, no. Let me know if this looks more familiar to y'all in terms of like, does this look less, I guess, scary is my question. Now that you actually see something there, like you see this, which is familiar to like a CapCut app, which is your timeline, and then you see the playback. So if I edit this right here, whatever I do to this right here is what's gonna happen here on this highlighted area, this blue highlighted area. So whatever I do in this section, this sequence section, I'm gonna just change that to timeline so y'all can see that. So right here where it says timeline, anything that's changed in this section that says timeline is gonna be changed here. So like for instance, if I just decide to cut something here and then pull this back, it's not, when I play it, it's gonna go from one section to black and then play through until here. Like it's not gonna do the same thing if I play it here. Does that make sense? Yeah, hopefully. So anything you do in your timeline will show in your playback. That's the main thing that you should think about. Whatever I do in my timeline will show in my playback. So that's like the basics of, that's like the literal like basics of what you'll get in any video editing software. You'll have a timeline and you'll have a playback. Let me know if that makes sense. The reason why I keep pushing that is because I want to make sure that y'all get that before we go into anything else, because it can get really complicated really fast, and I don't want to like scare y'all with the information. I can give a lot of information very quickly. So yeah, let me know if that makes sense. So far everybody's saying yeah, and that's good. So the next thing you'll have, and after I give y'all these basics, I'm gonna talk more about like stylistic editing and stuff like that, because I think that's important. Understanding your style and how you edit. Yeah. So you have your basics, you have your timeline, and this is the footage. The top part is the footage right here. Let me see if I can just separate that real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna just color it. Okay, the purple one is your video, and the blue one is your audio. Everything on the purple line and above is on video tracks. So these lines, these little like, let me click it. These lines, I can't even put my cursor over it to show you. So the lines that are like right above and right below the purple section, those like thin white lines, inside those lines is a track. So this is track 1 where it says V1, V2 is track 2, V3 is track 3. So for example, if I was to, let's say I just had another piece of footage, right? And I just put it on top of the next one. Whatever I put on that track above is gonna be what shows. I actually want to bring something more tangible in so you understand. I don't want to like give y'all something like something so lame. Give me a second. I'm gonna give y'all something real tangible. Let me just bring this in here real quick. So I'm gonna bring in an image onto the timeline. At any point, if something doesn't make sense or you need more explanation, just let me know. Feel free to stop me and ask questions. So boom. On our timeline, we're on our timeline right now, and we're glancing at our playback, and we are playing the beginning. We're playing this like portion of our video, but we want to play something over the section where I say, I think I finally figured it out. So we know we have tracks, track 1, track 2, track 3, which is shown in V1, V2, V3. Those are tracks. And what we want to do is we want to put an image over the beginning portion of me speaking. So in order to do that, a thing to remember is that these are tracks, but they're not individual. So think of the tracks as layers. So the one at the bottom is below the one at the top. So the one at the top will show over anything. So what that means is if I bring in this image from the welcome in the beginning of the stream, it's going to play over the section where I have it at. So now you have a track 1 and you have something in track 2. And just to reiterate, think of the tracks as layers. So if I end up, I don't know, let me see. If I end up putting something on track 3, it's gonna cover whatever's on track 2. So whatever's on track 3 will cover on track 2. Whatever's on track 2 will cover on track 1. Does that make sense so far? For everyone, does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. I don't want to lose y'all. I don't want to overwhelm y'all with information. So let me know if y'all are following so far. And I just want to say, while we're at this point with the different tracks, it's important to know, like, once you understand these concepts, did I kick my camera? Absolutely. Because why wouldn't I? Once you understand these, hey, Momo, once you understand these concepts, you're able to do things creatively, and your mind opens up to creative things that you didn't know before. But understanding the foundational concepts, like you have a timeline, you have a playback. Those are the two main things. Focus on that above anything else, and then, like, don't worry about the rest of these. Like, don't worry about this right here highlighted in blue. Don't worry about this highlighted in blue yet. Just focus on your timeline and your playback. So, you know you have a timeline. You know you have a playback. We know so far that you have tracks. You have audio tracks. You have video tracks. I'm just gonna make these bigger because why not? You have audio tracks, you have video tracks. This actually looks more like CapCut now than anything else. But you have audio tracks, you have video tracks. So we know we have a timeline, we know we have a playback, we know we have audio tracks, we know we have video tracks. We know that whatever is on the video track 2 will cover video track 1, and whatever is on video track 3 will cover video track 2 and video track 1. We know that. We know that so far. Audio is a little different We don't really got to get into that right now, but with audio, it doesn't necessarily cover anything. Audio is the one that's not really stackable. So if I put two audio tracks, if I put a audio, if I put something in audio one and I put something in audio two, it's not gonna cover. Audio two is not gonna cover audio one. They're just both gonna play at the same time. That's literally just what's gonna happen. They're just gonna play at the same time, and it's your job to like turn one down, turn one up. That's pretty much the simple way of saying that. Also, fun fact: in TikTok, you can actually extend. Like if you edit in TikTok, which I don't suggest, but if you do edit in TikTok, you ever got to one of those points where like you were making a video and then like it was like, dang, the audio's not long enough. You can go into the TikTok. Well, you can go. Yeah, you can go into the TikTok editor. If you already have the video saved on your phone, you can just bring that video back in, and hide the visual portion, and just keep the audio portion under for as long as you need, and then cut it at the end of the video. Just something to note that you can do on TikTok. It's pretty cool. Um, yes, sir. Okay, so now that we know this, is everybody okay? Is everybody cool with the concept that you have your timeline and you have your playback? Yes. Thumbs up. Thumbs down. Yes, no. Just want to make sure I'm not losing anybody. And are we understanding of the concept that of like your timeline having tracks? Oh, I just peeped. Somebody said they use Premiere Pro / Rush. Honestly, I stopped using Rush because they weren't updating um, the software. So when I used to edit on Rush, it used to give me these weird glitches in my videos when I would export, which is primarily because of Apple, but also Adobe wasn't adapting for it, so I just stopped editing on that. It was kind of annoying. I hope that they fix that, because that would have been like Adobe Rush would have been like, I think it's called Rush. That would have been basically CapCut today because it was free and all that. I don't even think you needed to have Adobe at that time when they first launched it. Same with their like AI audio enhancer thing. I don't think you need Adobe to utilize it. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so now that we know we have our timeline, and we have our playback, we know our different tracks and everything like that. Uh, I wish I could play the audio. When I was switching from OBS, I had to figure out what I wanted to do with OBS and Streamlabs, because with OBS, I couldn't get a live chat, so I couldn't really interact with y'all if I would have kept it on there. But with Streamlabs, I don't fully have the audio for this. I can do my best, but okay. Besides the point, um, I do have CapCut on the desktop, but I'm trying to think of how far do I want to go with this with y'all in terms of teaching y'all this, because I don't, like I said, it can be very overwhelming really fast for anyone. So, okay, one of the things that I will say is, if you can see, this is a in the highlighted section, the blue highlighted section. This is a 3-minute 31-second video. It's not actually fully 3 minutes. It's probably actually like 2 minutes if I cut down all the dead spaces. But I talked about editing style earlier. I'm just gonna briefly go over that, and if y'all want me to go more in depth on the technicalities of in editing software, because I basically just gave you the overview, the things that you kind of need to know if you're just like for the basics. Like if you're gonna start with like, if you're going to start with like CapCut, which I think that if you have zero experience video editing, start with CapCut. It's free and it's easier to use. But also I did put on Twitter the same tutorials that I used like a few years ago. That's a lie. Years ago. Oh my gosh, like I'm not even gonna tell y'all. So years ago, that I used to learn how to video edit. Adobe has for free tutorials and a free walkthrough to show you how to do it, to show you how to edit in Adobe Premiere. So it'll give you a more in-depth, cohesive explanation, along with things that you can use to follow along. So it'll give you videos to edit. It'll give you like images to add on. It'll give you prompts to do. It's pretty. Excuse me. It's pretty cool. I actually really enjoyed it when I was learning how to edit. But yeah, so when you edit, for me, I'm editing this video. It's 3 minutes and 30 something seconds, and I want to get this down to like 50 something seconds or less. Why? Because nobody's attention span is really watching like a 1 minute, 2 minute vertical video on social media unless you're like 100% like invested into that person, or like it's really doing a lot of like cutting and it's keeping your interest. Most of my videos doesn't have a lot of cutting. It doesn't do a lot of cutting that keeps your interest, where I'm adding like visual elements and stuff like that, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend the time to do that. That's not the style of editing that I choose to do, because it's not fun for me. So I just do like quick cuts in my videos as opposed to like visual stuff. So I do a lot of quick cuts, only keeping the things that's important. And what do I mean by that? So for example, I was actually talking to somebody about this recently. You have editing that you do for like, I'm gonna say let's say for just for the sake of it, there's three styles of editing, right? There's three categories of editing. Let's say there's like movie style editing. Let's say there's like YouTube style editing, and then let's say there's like social media vertical short form style editing, which essentially there is. Um, One of the biggest things that I see people do is they leave certain things in. No. One of the biggest things that I see people do is they leave certain things into their video because they feel like it it'll, I don't know, they just, I don't know, it's weird. Um so for example, like in movies, you'll have something called like an establishing shot. And what that is like, let's say I have a shot outside and then I have a shot of me inside. So like in Disney shows, they'll start with showing you the house and the surroundings, and then they'll show you the family inside. Um, that works for movies. That works for like if you're watching somebody kind of like on YouTube who does vlogs and stuff like that, and who you're invested in. And then maybe like that Wes Anderson kind of trend that's happening on TikTok. But for the most part, you kind of want to get to your point and then bring them into your environment when it comes to like editing for social media. Um, so like showing a person and then showing the thing, but getting right into like what you're doing as opposed to being like, I don't know how to explain that actually. Instead of being so like showy about it, because it takes more time when you're trying to show people something. It takes more time, which takes away time that you could be using to just give them what you wanted to give them to begin with. So I should have prepared like an example with a video. I could have edited two versions of something, but um dang, I wish this audio was working. That was the trade off that I was talking about earlier. Like when I went back to Streamlabs OBS, the audio thing is kind of weird. Let me see. This might be loud. Let me know if this is loud. And be him, but he doesn't use his potential. Isagi is anxious. He's fearful. Is that loud? Let me know if that's loud. I don't really know how I would turn that down, to be honest. It's loud. Ooh, okay. So I just have to, if it's too loud, then I just have to turn it off. But if you're just joining, we was going over, yeah. See, yeah. Like I said, I'm having technical difficulties the Streamlabs audio is connected to my mic, so if I turn that down, it's just gonna turn down my mic. So yeah, I'm just gonna not have it on. But yeah, if you're just joining, then what I was explaining was that this highlighted section in blue is your timeline. This section right here is your playback. So whatever you have on your timeline is going to show in your playback. I really want to edit this video for y'all, but I don't know if it's gonna make sense. Y'all can't hear that, right? Like if I'm playing this right now, you can't hear it, can you? Oh, you can hear it a little bit? Oh, okay. Ah, crap. Okay. I really was hoping that I can play the video for y'all so that I can actually edit it. But let me see if I do this. I'm just gonna. Let me know if this is too loud. Isagi is anxious, fearful. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like he can be him, but he doesn't use his potential. Isagi is anxious. He's fearful. He has potential. He has a little bit of dog in him, but he doesn't use it. Let me know if that was loud. And let me know if you can hear me still. That's the other thing. Yeah. That is the crappy part. If I turn that down, then my audio goes down, which is trash. Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to figure out how I can play this audio and talk to y'all at the same time, so you know, and so it makes sense. But that's not working out so far. So, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions so far about editing? Or is there anything specific that you would like to know? Because I kind of just went over the basics. What's good, doubles? I kind of just went over the basics. I really, really don't want to overwhelm y'all, but I might end up just, hitting y'all with the rest of the information that I have. Okay, so the software I would recommend starting with if you have like zero knowledge of editing is CapCut, because CapCut is free. So yeah, if you have zero knowledge of editing, go with CapCut. Use CapCut. CapCut is free, and it also mimics. It already mimics the social media like timeline. So like the timeline that you'll see in CapCut is the same timeline that you'll see in TikTok because it's integrated. And I believe Instagrams is very much similar, if I'm not mistaken. Keyframes. That's an interesting question. What are keyframes? So essentially, this is what a keyframe is. I'm gonna show you right now. Watch the blue space on the timeline. Yeah, they got a desktop app. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I realized watching Blue Lock that Isagi tends to limit him. Okay. Sorry if that was loud. Maybe edit two videos, audio. Oh yeah, that is true. I could probably just do that. You're absolutely right. I could probably really definitely just do that. If I understand what you're saying correctly, then yeah, that makes sense. Give me 1 second. I could just probably, like you said, I could probably just turn it down in Premiere.
Always right in
Is
front
this
of
still
him.
loud?
It's just about whether he can.
Let me know if
see
this is
it
loud
or
for
not.
y'all. I'm gonna bring it down to 25, cause why not? I'm about to play it back.
I realized watching Blue Lock.
Let me know how this sounds for y'all.
Limit himself because he's scared or because
Is this
he
valid?
feels like he doesn't
Yay,
know what to do.
nay,
When in
can you still hear?
actuality,
It's
the
good.
answer's always right in front of him. It's just
Big
about
brain,
whether he can see it or
big,
not.
super big brain play. I don't even know why I didn't think of that. Shout out to Jujutsu baby, yeah. Okay, now we could really.
And that's very
Now
similar
let's
to me.
really hold
A
on.
lot of things that I do in content creation.
Hold on, let's
or
really
even
get
going
into
back
this
when I was
because
in high school.
now I'm about to show y'all. We cooking now. Shout out to Jujutsu baby. We cooking now. Hold on, cause this about to get real. Let me just fix that real quick. Let's get to the money. Okay, I actually didn't edit this video yet, so this is gonna be the perfect. This is gonna be lit. So I didn't edit this video yet. We're gonna edit this video from beginning to end. I'm gonna try to edit this video in, I don't know, 15 minutes. Don't yeah, don't watch that though. Let's get to this money. Ask me questions, please. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna try to speak while I'm editing this. This is about to be fun.
I think I finally figured it out. It took me.
So right now, what I'm doing is
I don't like Isagi.
this video that I recorded is why I don't like Isagi. The dude from Blue Lock. Wow, turning the timer on is actually crazy. That's insane. This video is literally me explaining why I don't like Isagi, but it's not what you think yet. Please don't kill me. Yeah, don't kill me. You'll figure out at the end once I tell you the story throughout this, and you'll see. What I want y'all to pay attention to is I'm actually very hyped now that I could do this. I want y'all to pay attention to how the story progresses in this video, like how it goes from okay, this is what it looks like now to this is what it looks like at the end, or this is what it sounds like at the end. So we're gonna get to this money real quick.
I think I finally figured it out.
Oh wait, I gotta take my audio. This is a little complication thing that I did. So right here, like I said, this is kind of your folder section. This like highlighted section right here. Once you get into more like programs that have more than 2 panels, like I said, CapCut has 2 panels. It has your timeline, and then it has your playback. Once you get into programs that have more than 2 panels, like once you get into the CapCut desktop app, once you get into Premiere, once you get into Final Cut, if you get into DaVinci Resolve, you'll have this like section, your project section. And your project section, you'll put in the things that you, like the assets that you need. So all the files that you need. Me, I recorded my audio separately, so I can have crisp audio. So I'm just gonna sync that real quick. We cooking with grease, baby. Okay, and now we about to get to the money. All right, if you want to start your timer now, because y'all some haters. I think I finally figured it out. I can't believe it took me this long to understand this. Why I don't like Isagi. Okay. Why I don't like Isagi from Blue Lock. Okay, so first, I think I finally figured it out. This is my hook right here. This part right here is my hook. And this is what I want to use to basically get people's attention. Listen, like I said, this is listen. Y'all gonna see. I think I finally figured it out. Y'all gonna see, man. I can't believe it took me this long to understand this. Why I don't like Isagi. Okay, I feel like this section right here had a lot of like like you felt that. Like I said it with my chest. Bro, I told you to start it after I actually was able to start, bro. Oh my gosh, the hate is real. Why y'all like this? Okay, let's really get to this now. But I'm also trying to explain this. Like, give me some. See, look, I'm doing stuff I'm not even explaining. So, okay, there's two parts here that's very similar.
Figured it out.
I think I finally figured it out.
I can't believe it took me this long to understand this.
I can't believe it took me this long to understand it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move one part. I'm gonna have my hook, which is gonna be.
I think I finally figured it out.
I think I finally figured it out. Which I'm hoping that once I say this, people will be like, "What? Why?" But at the same time, people might also click off. So the next part is
why I don't like Isagi.
So what's stronger to me? What's stronger to me is why I don't like Isagi compared to I think I finally figured it out. I think I finally figured it out in this day and age of content editing might feel like clickbait where it won't have a payoff at the end. So people might not like really pay attention to it and they might just go off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this over too. I'm going to start the video off simple, getting straight to the point.
Why I don't like Isagi.
Why I don't like Isagi. That's the point. That's the whole point of this video. So now you know that you're looking for that payoff. You know that there's something at the end of it that you're going to hear why this random person on your timeline doesn't like Isagi. And if you watch Blue Lock, you'll be very interested. Or if you watch anime and you heard of Blue Lock, you'll be very interested. But that doesn't mean I just get rid of the other two pieces. I can still keep them to use it as an extended hook to drag people along into the video. Not too dragged, but just enough to be like, wait, you're telling me it like this is something that you have to contemplate about? Like, this is something you had to really think about to the point where you're like,
I can't believe it took me this long to understand this. I think I finally figured it out.
It took you, like, you really had to say this.
It took me this long to understand this.
Why did you have to take long to understand why you didn't like somebody? You know what I'm saying? That also gives people time to be like, wait, maybe this might be an interesting show. Maybe I need to figure out if I like this person.
Isagi. I can't believe it. Isagi. I can't believe.
I also like to delete any dead space where it's like not people, where it's not like somebody talking.
Isagi. I can't believe it. Isagi. I can't believe it took me this long to understand this. I can't believe it took me this long to understand. Okay, what's the next part? I probably got like. Why I don't like Isagi left. From Blue Lock? Yes, I'm talking about Blue Lock. Why I don't like Isagi? I can't believe it took me this long.
Okay, so for right now, I'm gonna keep the part that says, "Yes, I'm talking about Blue Lock." Why I'm gonna do that? Because it also gives me not only so I can say why I don't like Isagi and with the way I speak, somebody might hear Usagi. Oh, my battery pack. We just started cooking. All right, give me a second. Let me switch my battery pack because we cooking. Hold on. Give me a second. I absolutely do have my Canon basically in webcam mode. Also, yes. Let's get back to this because we get into the money right now. We get into it. Everything is making sense now. Okay, so
why I don't.
We're on our timeline.
I can't believe it.
We're looking at our playback.
Understand this.
And I'm gonna take.
I'm talking about Blue Lock.
I'm gonna take this part that says yes. I'm talking about Blue Lock because. Also, you better have gave me more time for that. Y'all better have paused the clock for that. Violating me. I'm going to take that part because just because I say Isagi doesn't mean people necessarily know what I'm talking about. So saying blue lock, saying blue lock one time after can give people can give people more context. Well, it does give people more context.
Understand this. Yes, I'm talking about Blue Lock.
But I want you to notice how I'm moving things around that I said in different places, and it still makes sense. That's the important part of storytelling, being able to adapt to things that you might have said within the video and moving it around to make your story make more sense, or to make your story more interesting, to make it more like whatever, you know?
Why I don't like Isagi from Blue Lock.
I don't need this. Already said it.
Isagi is anxious, fearful. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like, he can be him, but he doesn't use his potential.
I was about to say, because your time was going mad fast. Am I going to take my time? Absolutely not. I want y'all to know I'm running on like less than 6 hours of sleep, by the way. So that's a W.
Fearful. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like, he can be him, but he doesn't use his potential.
Okay, that's interesting.
Isagi is anxious. He's fearful. He has potential. He has a little bit of dog in him, but he doesn't use it.
Okay, so now I realize I said the same thing twice, and I need to pick the best versions. So what did I say here?
About Blue Lock.
I'm talking about Blue Lock.
Just fearful. Isagi is anxious. He's fearful. He has potential.
I'm going to take this because it's more condensed, which means less
Isagi
time.
is anxious. He's
let me see. Hold on.
Isagi is anxious, fearful. He does. Isagi.
Yeah, I'm going to take this.
Isagi is anxious. He's fearful.
Actually?
Like, he can be him, but he doesn't use his potential. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like, he can be him, but he doesn't use his potential. Does have a little bit of dog in him.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do.
Does have a little. He does have.
I'm gonna take the part where he says it's me. Why am I saying where he says? I'm gonna take the part where I say he does have a little bit of dog in him. Why am I taking that part after I literally just said I don't like Isagi? The reason why is because on the course of the story, I don't want somebody to simply just get the idea that I don't like Isagi. Isagi's trash, so I'm just spamming hate. So they could just click off the video because that's all they see. No, I want you to get a sense that I'm actually explaining something. So I want to keep you on this path, on this story, because I don't like a character for no reason. So like I'm literally telling you, I don't like Isagi.
Why I don't like Isagi. I can't believe it took me this long to understand this. Yes, I'm talking about Blue Lock. He does have a little bit of dog in him.
So I'm giving you something. It's a give and take. So I'm giving you, like, if you're a fan of Blue Lock, if you're a huge super fan of Isagi, I'm giving it's a give and take so that you stay and watch the video. But also because it's true, he does have a little dog in him. He just don't use it for real.
Like, he can be him, but he doesn't use his. Fearful. He has potential. He has a little bit of dog in him, but he doesn't use it.
Let me use this one. This one's better. This one's a lot better.
Him, but
yeah, that one's a lot better. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot quicker, straight to the point. That's what we want. We want straight to the point.
Dog in him. He has a little bit of dog in him. He has a little bit of dog in him, but he doesn't use it. Understand this. Yes, I'm talking about Blue Lock. He has a little bit of dog in him, but he doesn't.
Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense yet.
Dog in him. Like, he can be him, but he doesn't use his. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like, he can. Blue Lock. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like, he can be him, but he doesn't use his potential. Like, he can be him.
Like, he can be him.
Like, he can be him. He's anxious. He's fearful. He has a little bit of dog in him, but he doesn't use. Fearful. He has a little bit of dog in him, but he doesn't use it. Like he can be him. Like, he does have a little bit of understand this. Yes,
I'm trying to figure out where I want to go with
he
this
does have a little bit of dog in him. Like he can be him. Yes, I'm talking about Blue Lock. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like he can be him. Understand this. Yes, I'm talking about Blue Lock. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like he can be him. Isagi is anxious. He's fearful, but he doesn't use it.
Let me bring that back. I don't like where that was going.
Yes, I'm talking about Blue Lock. He's anxious. Isagi is.
I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go back here.
Yes, I'm talking about Blue Lock. Isagi is anxious. He's fearful, but he doesn't use it.
Take that. Spin the block.
He does have a little bit of dog in him. He's fearful. He does have fearful. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like he can be him, but he doesn't use it.
Okay, that's fine.
Why I don't like Isagi. I can't believe it took me this long to understand this.
I feel like my 15 minutes been up on that.
Isagi is anxious. He's fearful. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like he can be him, but he doesn't use it.
That little clip at the beginning is blowing my.
But he does him.
Oh, that sound mad whiny.
Him, but he doesn't use it. Be him. Be him, but he doesn't use it.
It's like
he can be him, but he doesn't use it.
Like why am I whining so much? Yeah. We're gonna keep it going though.
But that's part of why I don't like him. Look at him. Like he can be him, but he doesn't use it. Not the whole reason. The actual reason why I don't like Isagi.
Yeah, let me go back to that. I don't like him. We gotta spin back that block real quick.
But he doesn't use it. The actual reason why I don't like Isagi is because he's a reflection of me.
Welcome to my own tape. That was crazy. That was dark.
Isagi is because he's a reflection of me. With a dog in him, like he can be him, but he doesn't use it. The actual reason.
So now we spent the block and we come full circle. Do y'all see the storytelling? Masterful. Masterful storytelling.
He doesn't use it. The actual reason why I don't like Isagi. The actual reason why I don't like Isagi is because he's a reflection of me.
And now we get into the meat and potatoes.
I realized watching Blue Lock that Isagi tends to limit himself because he's scared or because he feels like he doesn't know what to do, when in actuality the answer is always right in front of him. It's just about whether he can see it or not.
He's just like me for real. I feel like this happens with all creatives though. Like there'll be things that like it's like you know what to do, but like you kind of second guess yourself and get in your head, so you block yourself from seeing the answer in front of you. I feel like that happens with I feel like it happens with a lot of people in general, but creatives as well.
Me. I realized watching Blue Lock that Isagi tends to limit himself because he's scared or because he feels like he doesn't know what to do, when in actuality the answer is always right in front of him. It's just about whether he can see it or not.
You know what's interesting? We're only 30 seconds in, and we basically have the whole story of you know I don't like Isagi. You know why I don't like Isagi. Now it's just about closing strong at this point.
And that's very similar to me. A lot of things that I do in terms.
That's kind of the direction a lot of my videos have been going. Usually when I tell people I don't like a character or something, I always have a reason. Usually it's some type of reflection of myself or or just experiences. It's just like, this character
terms
is
of
just
content creation, or
yeah.
even going back when I was in high school and junior high school playing basketball.
Yeah, I played basketball a lot when I was in junior
And
high
that's
school and
very
high school,
similar
and
to
I
me.
moved around a lot. And when I played ball, like I was good. I don't care what nobody say. I was really good. But when it came to like playing, like when there was like a referee or playing in like high school, like once I moved and started playing in high school, it was like different for me. It was something I wasn't used to, and I got like kind of shook. I ain't gonna hold you. I was Isagi. That was it. And the difference between me and Isagi is I never got over it when like I was in high school. So I didn't get to do the things that I wanted to do. But, shout out to Isagi.
To me, a lot of things that I do and that's very he can see it or not. And that's very similar to me. A lot of things that I do in terms of content creation, or even going back when I was in high school and junior high school playing basketball, like I was good, but I always got shook when it came to like playing against other people under a whistle.
Yo, wait till I show y'all how I so I'm gonna show y'all how editing can impact comedy and serious moments and stuff like that in a minute. Because right now the video is very flat. The video is not done. It's very flat. We're almost done getting to the point. But then we gotta go through another round of like cutting things down.
Like I was good, but I always got shook when it came to like basketball. Like I was good. Basketball. Like I was good. Like I was good, but I always got shook when it came to like playing against other people under a whistle. I don't know why it was like that. It just was what it was.
That's not really important. That was me. It was what it was. That it was what it was would be something that you can use for like comedic effect or like something passive, which is cool, but it's not necessary in this instance. So I'm gonna get rid of it because I'm not trying to be comedic at this point. So I'm just gonna get rid of it and get to the next point.
Whistle. And the beginning episodes of Blue Lock in certain moments really reminded me of that with Isagi. And I think that's part of why I don't like him.
I already said I don't like him. I don't need that part. We already know who we talking about. I also don't need that part.
Moments really reminded me of that with Isagi. He reminded me of that.
We just need what reminded me. So
people under a whistle. And the beginning episodes of Blue Lock in certain moments really reminded me of that.
We know that
but I always got shook when it came to like playing against other people under a whistle. And the beginning
yeah, so I explain what paralyzed me, and then I essentially say what reminded me of that. And that essentially gives you the reason why I make this video.
Episodes of Blue Lock in certain moments really reminded me of that.
But I don't need to say Isagi, and I also say Blue Lock in that section, so that's kind of like a mute point.
He reminds me of me in so many ways.
I like this part, but I might move
reminds
this.
me of me in so many ways.
He reminds me of me in so many ways. Ways is a really good statement, but not for this part. I might end up bringing that. I'm gonna put this to the side. I might bring that back in at another point.
Including when he does that little puzzle. He reminds me of me in so many ways.
That's too confident. I'm not trying to go for that.
One of the main things he reminds me in, besides everything that I just mentioned.
I don't need that. I feel like I might actually need that. Let me listen.
The second thing he reminds me about.
Nope.
The second thing that reminds me of.
Nope. Okay. I want y'all to know this is not scripted. I'm genuinely just messing up in this video. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I know what I want my point to get. I know the point I want to get across, but I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like like the words specifically. So yes, this is unscripted. I don't script any of my videos anymore because I'm trying to do things that add less stress to myself. And scripting things is great, but it adds more stress to me, so I just don't do it.
The second thing that he does that.
And you can clearly see. the results.
The second thing that he does that reminds me of me is that puzzle thing. And when everything starts to connect.
Yeah, this happens with me a lot when I'm creating.
Me is
like, for example, I have a video on my YouTube channel where I recreated the ESPN. I basically recreated ESPN in my room, and when I was doing that, it was very interesting because that puzzle piece moment that happened in Blue Lock is literally what happened to like be able to make everything that I did make, and essentially what you see with Slice of Anime, if you watch Slice of Anime, to be able to get that to where it is, because literally all I seen was Stephen A. Smith sitting in front of a TV, and I was like, oh snap, that's crazy. And then my mind just started breaking down how that's possible that he could be doing that, and what's possible. Maybe he had like an image on his TV that he sent from a laptop and then had lighting to light his face and blah, blah, blah. And I got all of that from the glare of a light off of a screen, because usually you wouldn't see that in a studio. So I was trying to figure out where he was to be able to be shooting. And I was like, wait, if he could do that during a lockdown, anybody could do that outside of a lockdown. So I was like, this is interesting. Let me spin back on that later.
to connect.
And that's what happened. I essentially made a YouTube video about it and then made a whole company based around that. So that's what's up.
I'm watching Blue Lock and I'm just like, yo, if you just do this, you'll be set.
Don't we all have those moments where you just watching something and be like, yo, if you just do this, you'll be good?
You can just do this.
Don't need to say that.
But he didn't get that revelation yet. That realization, that puzzle piece moment.
You spitting.
And that happens to me a lot.
Okay. I'm going to keep that too.
A lot of times I need that puzzle piece moment where things start to connect before I'm able to be like, oh yeah, I could do this. I'm him. I'm really him.
Why my neck moving like that? That's crazy. Let's break that down.
And that happens.
We're about to get to like a 1 minute and change video,
and then as the episodes go on, even when that happens, he still retracts back to, am I even good enough?
I hope I said he's just like me for real at some point in this video, because that would be hard, like a hard ending. I can't remember what.
And it really reminds me of me, and I think that's the real reason why I don't like Isagi.
Oh, boom! Wait, hold on.
He reminds me of me in so many ways.
Let me keep that.
And
hold on, I think we found our ending.
Even good enough, and it really reminds me of me.
Watch this. Hold on. Watch this. Watch this. Let me cook.
And it really.
Let me cook. Who let me cook? Why y'all letting me cook? Don't do this.
Not even good enough. And it really reminds me of me. And I think that's the real reason why. Real reason why.
Let him cook. Okay, let's see if this plays out the way I want it to play out.
Why I don't like Isagi. Me. And I think that's the real reason. Real reason why I don't like Isagi.
Boom. Y'all see that loop? Y'all see that loop? We looping. We looping. We looping the video. Okay. Now our video is 1 minute and 19 seconds. The thing that I told y'all is I wanted to get the video down to less than 50 seconds. So that's what we're going to do.
Why I don't.
We're going to go back over it and get this video down. Because we don't need a 1 minute video. It's unnecessary. Let me show you how we take this story and break it down even
Why
further.
I don't like Isagi. I can't believe it took me this long to understand this. Yes, I'm talking about Blue Lock. Isagi to understand this. Yes, I'm talking about Blue Lock. Isagi is anxious. He's fearful. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like, he can be him, but he doesn't use it. The actual reason why be him, but he doesn't use it. The actual reason why I don't like Isagi is because he's a reflection of me. I realized watching Blue Lock that
What's here?
why
What is this again? I forgot.
he reminds me of me in so many ways.
Oh, okay.
Like Isagi is because he's a reflection of me. I realized watching Blue Lock that Isagi tends to. I don't like Isagi is because he's a reflection of me. Isagi. Reason why I don't like Isagi.
I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna delete that, and I'm gonna bring this back, and I'm gonna bring this in here.
Isagi. He reminds me of me in so many ways. Actual reason why I don't like Isagi. He reminds me of me in so many ways.
There we go.
I realized watching Blue Lock that Isagi tends to limit himself because he's scared or because he feels like he doesn't know what to do, when in actuality the answer is always right in front of him. It's just about whether he can see it or not. A lot of things that I do in terms of content creation, or even going back when I was in high school and junior high school playing basketball, like I was good, but I always got shook when it came to like playing against other people under a whistle. And the beginning episodes of Blue Lock in certain moments really reminded me of that. The second thing that he does that reminds me of me is that puzzle thing.
Yeah, we
And
cooking.
when everything starts to connect, I'm watching Blue Lock and I'm just like, yo, if you just do this, you'll be set. But he didn't get that. But
I don't need that, but
do this, you'll be set. He didn't get that revelation yet. That realization, that puzzle piece moment.
break this down some more.
That realization, that puzzle piece moment.
Break that down.
And that happens to me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I need that puzzle piece moment where things start to connect before I'm able to be like, oh yeah, I could do this. I'm him.
I don't need I'm him twice.
Him.
It doesn't make sense. It's redundant.
Things start to connect. Before I'm able to be like, oh yeah, I could do this. I'm him. And then as the episodes go on, even when that happens, he still retracts back to, am I even good enough? And it really reminds me of me. And I think that's the real reason why I don't like Isagi.
Okay, we're at 116 with the video, and we really need to get it down to 55 seconds. But a lot of this is really good information, and it's you know, it's good. And this is what I was talking about earlier when it comes to editing style. You got to get to a point where you're like, okay, well, what can I take out and still keep the heart of this story? Let's go through it.
The episodes go on, even when that happens, he still retracts back to, am I even good enough? And then I could do this. I'm him. And then as the episodes go on, him. And then
don't need that. And then
him. As the episodes go on, even when that happens, he still I'm him. As the episodes go on.
That's what we need. As the episodes go on. Yeah, TikTok is weird because they're encouraging longer videos, but you can't upload 10-minute videos from your phone anymore, only from like the desktop. Very weird.
Even when that happens, he still retracts back. Go on. Even when that happens, episodes go on, he still retracts back to, am I even good enough?
Okay, we got 2 seconds knocked off. We're going to have to knock off a big chunk. See how that works out.
On, he still retracts back to, am I even good enough? And it really reminds me of me. And I think,
let's go here and see what this is.
Next, before I'm able to be like, oh yeah, I could do this. I'm him. As the episodes go, that puzzle piece moment where things start to connect. That happens to me a lot. A lot of times I need that puzzle piece moment. And that happens to me a lot. A lot of times that realization, that puzzle piece moment. A lot of times I need that puzzle piece moment where things start to connect before I'm able to be like, oh yeah, I could do this. I'm him. As the episode.
Yeah, I'm using Ripple Cuts. Ripple cuts is just deleting the space in between. So like if I move this out, I think that's what that is. I'm just ripple deleting that. Oh, ripple cuts. Yeah, I'm using Q and W, the two shortcuts on my keyboard. And we're cutting down this story and we're getting to a good
bit
place.
of dog in him. Like he can be him, but he Blue Lock. Isagi is anxious. Blue Lock. Isagi is anxious. He's fearful. He does have. Is anxious. He's.
I don't need he there. That's
Blue Lock. Isagi is anxious. Fearful. Blue Lock. Isagi is anxious. Fearful. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like he can be. Have a little bit of dog in him. Like he can be him, but he doesn't use it. The actual reason why I don't like him can be him, but he doesn't use it. Isagi this long to understand. Like Isagi, I can't believe it took me this long to understand this.
Let me take out this part. Like it's a good part saying
Like
the Blue Lock
Isagi,
thing, but
I can't believe it took me this long to understand this. Isagi is anxious, fearful. He does have a little bit of
I'm gonna end up putting like visuals over it, like B-roll. So
the dog in him. Like he can be him, but he doesn't use it. The actual reason why I don't like Isagi, he reminds me of me in so many ways. I realized watching Blue Lock that Isagi tends to limit himself because he's scared or because he feels like he doesn't know what to do. When in actuality, the answer is always right in front of him. It's just
do I want to keep this?
Like he doesn't know what to do himself because he's scared or because he feels like he doesn't know what to do. He tends to limit himself because he's scared. Because he's scared or because he feels like he doesn't know what to do, when in actuality the answer is always right in front of him.
I don't need the when in actuality part, to be honest.
Like he doesn't know what to do, this is always right in front.
Oh, I cut out too much just now.
Know what to do when in actuality doesn't know what to do. The answer is always what to do when in actuality the answer is always right to do. The answer to do what to do. The answer is always right in front of him. It's just about whether he can see it or not. The answer is always right in front of him. It's just about whether he can see it
or not. Is not that important. We know the story of Blue Lock.
In front of him,
and
it's just about whether he can see it. A lot of things that I do in terms of content creation, or even going back when I was in high school and junior high school playing basketball, like I was good, but I always got shook when it came to like playing against other people under a whistle. In the beginning episode, people under a whistle, when it came to like playing against other, but I always got shook when it came to like playing against other people under a whistle. And the beginning episodes of Blue Lock in certain moments really reminded me of that. The second thing that he does that reminds me of me is that puzzle thing. And when everything starts to connect, I'm watching Blue Lock and I'm just like, yo, if you just do this, you'll be set. He didn't get that revelation yet, that realization. It's like, yo, if you just do this, starts to connect. I'm watching and when everything starts to connect, I'm watching Blue Lock and I'm just like, yo, if you just do this, you'll be set. He didn't get that revelation yet, that realization of me is that puzzle thing. And when everything starts to connect, I'm watching Blue Lock and I'm just like, yo, if you just do this, you'll be set. He didn't get that revelation yet, that realization, that puzzle piece moment. A lot of times I need that puzzle piece moment to connect. Puzzle thing. And when everything starts to connect, I'm watching Blue Lock reminds me of me is that puzzle thing. And when everything starts to connect, I'm watching Blue Lock and I'm just like, yo, if you just do this, you'll be set. He didn't get that revelation yet, that realization, that puzzle piece moment. A lot of times I need that puzzle.
I'm trying to figure out what of this, because I feel like this is kind of redundant. That can be taken out.
I'm watching Blue Lock and I'm just like, yo, if you just do this, you'll be set. He didn't get that revelation yet, that realization, that puzzle piece moment. He didn't get that revelation yet. revelation yet. A lot of times I need that puzzle piece moment where things start to connect before I'm able to be like, oh yeah, I could do this. I'm him. Puzzle piece moment where things start to connect before I'm able to be like, oh yeah, I could do this. I'm him. To be like, oh yeah, I could do this.
Cut that down.
Neck before I'm able to be like, I'm him. As the episodes go on, he still retracts back to, am I even good enough? And it really reminds me of me. And I think that's the real reason why I don't like Isagi.
We got this down to 105. Are you using Ripple over here? I think it's set like that. I think Q and W is naturally the short keys for Ripple deleting in that way.
Why I don't like Isagi. I can't believe it
Q and
took
W.
me this long to understand this. Isagi. I can't believe it took me this long to understand this. Isagi is anxious, fearful. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like, he can be him. He is anxious, fearful. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like, he can be him, but he doesn't use it. The actual reason why I don't like Isagi, he reminds me of me in so many ways. He reminds me of me in so many ways. I realized watching Blue Lock reminds me of me in so reminds me of me.
Can I get rid of this?
Like Isagi, he reminds me of me. I realized watching of me. He reminds me of me. I realized.
No, I can't get rid of that. I should have took another piece.
He reminds me of me in so many ways. I realized watching Blue Lock that Isagi tends to limit himself because he's scared, or because he feels like he doesn't know what to do, or because he feels like, or because he's scared, or because he feels like he doesn't know what to do. The answer is always right in front of him. It's just about whether he can see it. A lot of things that I do always right in front of him. The answer is always right in front of him. It's just about whether he can see it. A lot of things that I do in terms of content creation, or even going back when I...
Let me know if y'all see any parts that I could delete. I'm open to deleting parts that y'all suggest.
Was in high school and junior high school playing basketball. Like, I was good. Back when I was in high school and junior high school playing... Back when I was in high school and junior high school playing... Or even going back when I was playing basketball. Like, I was good, but I always got shook when it came to like playing against other people under a whistle. And the beginning episodes of Blue Lock in certain moments really reminded me of Blue Lock. Beginning episodes of Blue Lock episodes in certain moments really reminded me of that. The second thing that he does really reminded me of that. That me of that.
I don't like that.
Of that. The second thing that he The second thing that he does that reminds me of that. The second thing that he does that reminds me of me is that puzzle thing. And when everything thing.
There's so many spaces to be able to like just get rid of.
Puzzle thing. When everything starts to connect. When everything starts to connect. When everything starts to connect. I'm watching thing. That puzzle thing. When everything starts to connect. I'm watching Blue Lock and I'm just like, yo, if you just do this, you'll be set. He didn't get that revelation yet. A lot of times I need that puzzle piece moment with things. But a lot of times I need that puzzle piece moment where things start to connect before I'm able to be like, I'm him. As the episodes go on, he still retracts back to, am I even good enough? And it really reminds me of me. And I think that's the real reason why I don't like Isagi. I
We're almost under a minute.
can't believe it took
We're
me
so
this
close.
long to understand it.
We're so close.
Why I don't like Isagi. Isagi is angry.
You know, bump it. We off this with that. Boom, 59 seconds.
Why I don't like Isagi. Isagi is anxious, fearful. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like, he can be him, but he doesn't use it. The actual reason why I don't like Isagi, he reminds me of me in so many ways. I realized watching Blue Lock that Isagi tends to limit himself because he's scared or because he feels like he doesn't know what to do. The answer's always right in front of him. It's just about whether he can see it. A lot of things that I do in terms of content creation, or even going back when I was playing basketball, like, I was good, but I always got shook when it came to like playing against other people under a whistle. And the beginning episodes in certain moments really reminded me of that. The second thing that he does that reminds me of me
What y'all
is
think so
that
far
puzzle
about it?
thing. When everything starts to
Does it
connect.
tell
I'm
a
watching
story?
Blue Lock and I'm just like, yo, if
Yeah.
you just do this, you'll be set. He didn't get that revelation yet. A lot of times I
It's still
need that
pretty
puzzle
flat.
piece
There's
moment where
things
things
that
start to
I
connect
do
before
need
I'm
to do
able to
to
be
add
like,
to
I'm
it.
him. As the episodes go on, he
In terms
still
of, like,
retracts back to, am I even good enough? And it really reminds me of
punch-ins,
me. And I
punch-outs,
think that's the real reason
B-roll.
why I don't like Isagi.
Ooh,
Isagi is
see that?
anxious, fearful. He does have a little bit of dog in him. Like, he can be him, but he doesn't use it. The actual reason why I don't like Isagi, he reminds me of me in so many ways. I realized watching Blue Lock that Isagi tends to limit himself because he's scared or because he feels like he doesn't know what to do. The
Yeah.
answer's always right in front of him.
But yeah, I'm gonna do all that stuff another day. I'm getting pretty tired, to be honest. I'm running on like 5-6 hours of sleep. But while I'm here and you have me, does anybody have any questions so far about? Does anybody have any questions about editing or anything like that? I might live stream next week. To be honest, I've been taking a break from content creation in general, trying to figure out like if I still want to do it. To be honest with you, like for myself, like I want to do content creation in a way, but at the same time, I'm just like I don't know if I really want to do it for myself anymore. But to be honest, it could just be the mental headspace that I'm currently in. We'll see. We'll find out on the next episode of will I post content or not. But yeah. Let me know if you have any questions or anything like that. Also, like I said, YouTube is a long road. You need I think 1,000 subs to be able to start making money on your streams, which is kind of ridiculous. But also I don't want to switch to Twitch because all of y'all come here on YouTube, and I appreciate y'all for that. Don't want to give y'all a harder road to watch the content whenever I do actually put it out. I'm gonna try to stream again next week, and I'll be on time and more settled than this time. So yeah, 6 p.m. Wednesday I'll be here. Oh yeah, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the reason why I said that is because I do have my Cash App there. Yeah, there. So if you would like to donate and gift, I'll accept those. If not, still love you. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I don't actually have a watch on, but I'm willing to answer any questions. Or just let me know. Next week, I'm thinking about, should I go? Oh, nice. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. Next week, should I go deeper into editing, or should I talk more social stuff, like social content, like how I view certain content, and things of that nature? I want to think about what I want to do next week in terms of this. Like, do I want to dive deeper into editing? I feel like I gave y'all a good base layer to go with. We learned about our timeline and we learned about our playback. So you know what your timeline is and you know what your playback is. You know how to stack things on a timeline. Now it's about actually doing it. You won't remember it or you won't be able to do it unless you actually do it multiple times. So yeah, go out and do that. And I taught y'all like a quick fast-paced editing skill. I also, like I said, I did leave a reference on Twitter for how to learn how to edit, like with videos and stuff like that, with assets and stuff like that from from Adobe, which is free, and which is how I was able to get to where I am today when it comes to editing. So utilize that, and yeah. So I don't see any questions. So yeah, love y'all. Peace. Chicken grease. You know what I'm saying? I don't have my outro because, like I said, I was switching over. But love y'all. Have a great night.